Well, right now we are closing in on a half a century since one of the most infamous shipwrecks on the Great Lakes, the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. In just 2 months, it will have been 50 years since the mighty ship last set sail and claimed 29 souls that fateful night. Now, it is a wreck that is still studied and discussed to this day. Meteorologist Davis Wells takes us inside the history of shipwrecks and recovery here on the Great Lakes.
The sinking of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald in 1975 is one of the most well-known shipwrecks in Great Lakes history, but it's far from the only one. Hundreds of vessels have met their end in these waters over the centuries. For researchers, these wrecks are a unique opportunity to study the past. When a ship goes missing, the search begins with historical records like its last known location or radio signal. Planes then take off using technology to locate large pieces of metal.
They were able to catch the magnetic signature, and then from that using side scanning sonar to be able to identify that there was a wreck present.
While technology helps with the discovery, the conditions of the Great Lakes pose their own set of challenges, particularly the depth. Lake Superior, where the Edmund Fitzgerald lies, is too deep for human divers.
Is that it's beyond the depths that humans can dive safely, to have enough time on the bottom to be able to explore and document in the ways that underwater archaeologists typically do, which then requires the unmanned vehicles or submarine technology to be able to get to that depth.
It's not uncommon to find wood or even rope intact on these wrecks. However, an increasing threat to these historical sites is invasive species like zebra mussels, which can degrade metal. Beyond the archaeological importance, these sites are also considered sacred and private spaces for the families of those lost, which are illegal to alter or destroy in Canadian water.
For those ends, I would encourage anybody who's out diving just to make sure that they don't disrupt the site itself, both for the archaeological significance, the historical significance, but also noting that they would be sacred spaces as somebody's final resting place.
Dr. Baltus says that while large-scale shipwrecks have decreased significantly over time due to advancements in technology and shipping, there are still many undiscovered vessels in the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum at Whitefish Point is a great resource to learn more about these fascinating pieces of history. Davis Wells, WTOL 11.
To this day, divers have only ever brought up the bell of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The rest of the ship lays underwater as a memorial to the 29 men that lost their lives on November 10th, 1975. There is a replica bell that is on the ship now, and the original is at the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum in Whitefish Point, Michigan. WTOL 11 is bringing you stories every single week leading up to the 50-year mark that the Fitz went down. You could check out our exclusive Edmund Fitzgerald content and all our stories right now on the WTOL 11 YouTube page.